Jordan Schultz has been on the program before.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of works for himself. Hosts a podcast with Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Schultz, 15 minutes ago, tweeted out, sources. Part of the issue the Commanders have had in the building is the front office meddling with the coaching staff on personnel and which players to use. An ongoing problem dating back to 2024 when they were having success. With the team struggling this year, it reached new heights and there were notable disagreements. Moreover, I have not gotten the impression Dan Quinn wanted to move on from his coordinators. The entire disconnect is one to watch as we head into 2026. There's a lot of bleep going on there, a source said. What do you make of it?
I can't say I totally agree with what I'm hearing right there, because if you look at who was playing and who wasn't playing and how they were performing, how would you believe somebody else was telling them that person had to play?
If the front office was meddling, wouldn't they push for younger players?
I would think. So listen, bro. When things go wrong for certain people, some accept it as adults and move forward to the next one. And some decide, okay, well, if I'm out, I'm going to blow the whole damn thing up. So when I hear sources, source don't mean source to me anymore all the time. Sometimes source mean SS. The last word is starter. Okay? And that happens at this level. And let's be real. Okay? I understand media, and we want to give everybody credit for being a damn good reporter, but some people like to just go with the stuff. And I don't know if I buy that one 100%.
I don't know, man. Is there some S going on in the building? Yeah, they just fired both their coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
And according to Nikki Javala, also fired their O-line coach. I think you could argue the offensive line was
probably as good as they come.
The best unit in that building.
Yeah.
Outside of their punt and kick coverage units.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If the front office is meddling, one, I believe, like the DQ Adam Peters relationship is super tight. I believe that. I see that. Like, I know that, right? Mm-hmm. Those guys are talking all the time about.
So who are they meddling with? Okay, if the front office is meddling, are they going around DQ and go to other position coaches? So if those two guys have a great relationship and they don't shy away from saying they communicate about a lot of stuff, and DQ has said he has the final say. So the question would be, if it's a discord, who are they talking to besides DQ?
The only thing that I at least question looking at this report from Jordan Schultz, who again is kind of a self-employed dude. Jordan Schultz is a very different reporter than somebody with the ESPN or NFL Network or the Athletic or something. This is a different beast here. Mm-hmm. I'm not knocking the reporting because he's been right about stuff. I know Jordan was the only national reporter when we were at Eastern Motors with Terry McLaurin. Like, he has serious relationships around the league. The only thing I can wonder, because I was surprised by Bobby Johnson getting fired. I don't know if you were. The Kingsbury stuff, by the time we got to the finish line on it, wasn't a surprise. In fact, yesterday, you and I texted in the morning. We were waiting for it to happen, and we weren't sure if it would happen while we were on the air or not, right? You draft Coleman. He plays left tackle for you for the rookie season. Admirably. Not always great, but admirably.
Mm-hmm.
Then you trade for Tunsil. Then you draft Connerly with the plan of Coleman being your left guard. A few weeks in, Coleman can't get it done. You go to Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Coleman's inactive. Eventually, Coleman works his way back up into active status. Eventually, Tunsil misses some time. I think Coleman fills in on the left side pretty well. I can see the front office caring about how that all worked out, how everything was going on the offensive line. And I wouldn't think much about that until last night. Line coach was fired, even though that group performed at about the best of any group.
They performed well, but I'm going to ask this question.
Now, that may be stretching too far. I don't know.
I'm going to ask this simple question. Who you saw playing over somebody that wasn't playing, thinking that somebody was forcing them to play?
I don't, but I wonder.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that reporting right there make me ask a question. And I am going through as much as I've seen who played that shouldn't have been playing and somebody else was so great behind them.
I don't know that answer. But if you were to look and try to come up with conspiracy theories here, as the year progressed, and Ben Sennett was a third-round pick, and he's not getting any playing time, and the offensive coordinator, who's since been fired, is sticking with the veteran who he brought here. Remember, Zach Ertz was the first dude they signed. Cliff traded for Ertz in Arizona. Maybe that's one eventually the front office is like, yo, why isn't the kid playing?
But the question I would ask about that is...
You're asking me where could it be, and I'm trying to come up with thoughts.
That's where I come from, because I like Ben Sennett too. And I know after he caught one pass for a long period... See, every time he goes on the field, he performed. But did you watch the last game? Okay? And there were 3 plays in a row that were negative. And I think what people don't look at is the overall of what you're doing on the field. Not one play here, one play there. Still, the question would be, should Ben be playing before Zach? Before Zach got hurt? I doubt it. Seriously. So I don't understand that one right there. So I don't know if that's somebody throwing a grenade on the way out and say, if I'm going down, I'm taking everything with me. But I would understand it if I knew somebody that this guy is a ball buster. Why is he not out there?
Totally, man. I mean,
like, listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I don't just jump on stuff. If I know factually some things are happening, I love to discuss it at a high level. But I am going through every position that I could think about, and I don't think nobody was sitting on the bench that needed to be on the football field.
I agree with you. I believe in meritocracy and guys forcing their way out there, right?
Yes.
But this is interesting because it's hard to not think. I think Cliff will go high road throughout this. I don't think we're ever going to publicly hear from Cliff, period. But if you're a representative for Cliff Kingsbury and you'd like your guy to get a head coaching job, you got to cover your tracks a little. Hey, we're going to get some interviews here. We got to make sure that our side of events is out there. I don't know that that's the case.
No,
but
I understand that, but you know what?
When you look at this, all of a sudden, the only national report that emerged last weekend was that there was beef between Cliff and AP.
Mm-hmm.
And now this report is, hey, man, a lot of people think the front office is meddling with the coaching staff too much.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a consistency there. For me, how much do you believe it's chaotic over there and there's real trouble? Or do you think this is DQ pressing the reset button, running his own building, recognizing he's got to get better?
I don't think it's chaotic, but I will say this. I don't ever think that it's just the one person that is doing stuff. I think anytime a decision of that magnitude is made, it's a group thing. It's not one person. So, no, I don't. I've been around too often. And if there were chaos, I would have seen some chaos. But I can tell you this. That decision that was made the other day is not a one-man thing. That's what I believe. Because I've been around sports too long, and I know people like to say the coach makes final say. And I've been with some of the strongest coaches in this damn NFL, in Andy and Joe. And you know when they made decisions, they didn't make it by them damn selves. So I'll be damned if DQ's making one by himself, 100%.